All right, this was about the Aryan Brotherhood double homicide, man. You know, double homicide, the Aryan Brotherhood versus DC car. You know, I ain't give you all the prison story in a minute, so let's go. Let's tap in. All right. All right. There you go. Let's get the gunshots. Let's get the gunshots. You know how we do. All right, this was about the Aryan Brotherhood versus the DC car. All right, so I'm gonna keep it 100. We're gonna get right to the point. We're not gonna pull no punches. We had an Aryan Brotherhood and a DC brother. They couldn't get along for nothing. Every time you turned around, they was arguing about something because this white dude had a lot of white pride. Chest was always out, swollen, you know, and he had something against blacks. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I mean? Gunshots, because we don't do no faking at the Mecca. So we got these two dudes. They not getting along. They've been having words back and forth, you know. So the DC dude, he gets in his feelings, you know what I mean? Not a bad thing, you know what I mean? Because we all have feelings and emotions, but we just have to know how to control them. Well, he gets in his feelings, and the dude leaves and goes to the kitchen to go to work, the dude he argued with. His celly is sitting in front of the TV. While his celly's sitting in front of the TV, the Aryan Brotherhood celly, the DC dude walks up on him and he puts the knife between his rib cage and turns it and guts him. As the Aryan Brotherhood falls to the floor, his last words were, "What did I have to do with it? What did I have to do with the beef?" That was his last words, you know? So while he's sitting there, word gets back to the kitchen where the original Aryan Brotherhood that had the beef with the DC dude had the problem. So when the word gets back to the kitchen, you know, he finds out they called a move. You know, he shoots back to the unit. He peeks in the unit. He trying to see where dude is at before he go in the unit so he don't get ambushed. They're trying to see how many people with him. So he peeks in the unit. So he don't see him. So he goes in his cell. He goes to the stash. He gets out, you know, two knives. His and his celly's knife. But his celly's no longer with us. So now he got to work for his celly with the joint. So the DC dude is on the top tee. Aryan Brotherhood pushes up on them, and they get to what we call in prison working. You know what I mean? They get to working. So while they pushing the knives and they going at it, they backing up. They, you know what I mean? They trying to hit each other. They trying to dodge and duck, and you know what I mean? They trying to stay out each other's way. Now, you know, the Aryan Brotherhood, he gets either a good one or a lucky one. It depends who's telling the story. It's a good one for the Aryan Brotherhood and a bad one for my DC brother. The Aryan Brotherhood stabs the DC brother in the head. When he hits him in the head, you know, he goes out. Now, when he go out, all you heard was the body hit the ground. Everybody start going to get their ice. You know, when that happens, everybody run to go start getting their ice, their hot water for coffee, their last hot water for coffee from the hot water machine. Because other than that, you got to make it in the sink or you got to, you know, make a little jailhouse wick and make the joint in the milk carton. You know, I tell y'all how we hot up, you know, water and things like that in the milk carton. If you want it, put it on the comments. When I get a chance, I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm going to actually do a live performance of me hotting up water like I'm in the prison so y'all can see what it looked like. But now, the DC brother is dead. So, he done got hit, you know. The Aryan Brotherhood is dead, so that's one-on-one. So when they go to move the body, you know, when they go to walk the dude to the shoe, the white dude, first they move the bodies by. They see a black body go by. They see a white body go by, whichever order. And, you know, dudes in the kitchen, when they call, you know, lockdown, everybody gets to the window because you got to walk by the kitchen in order to get to the special housing unit. That's the shoe. SHU, SHU, Special Housing Unit, for those of y'all that don't know. So now, when they go move the bodies to go to the medical, nobody know what's going on. They just see one and one, you know? So speculation is already running wild. So while this is running wild, you got the Aryan Brotherhood who they walking by to take him to the special housing unit by the kitchen. As they walking by the kitchen, his peoples is on the window, the blacks is on the window, everybody's on the window. So they asking him what happened. So when they ask him what happened, he's telling the man, you know, I killed the nigga. You know what I mean? Now, why did he say that? He actually said, I killed a nigga. When he said that, all hell broke loose in the kitchen. All the blacks turned around and start going at the whites. All the whites turned around and start going at the blacks. And the white, this is in Polak. So the whites didn't really want no problem, but I'm letting y'all know now. The whites are bloodthirsty in the prison. When they kill, I call it overkill. Meaning the man is already down. You know his lifeless body is no longer with us, but they're still pushing it. Gang, 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 gang. And you're like, yo, when are you going to stop? You know what I mean? And I can imagine what's on their mind when I get tired. You know what I mean? They stab you till you get tired, till they get tired. You know what I mean? But now, they in there fighting. But the thing is, while they fighting in the kitchen, the Italians is the only ones that don't get involved. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody mad at them because the Italians, so you understand, the Italians in their own call. Let me give a big shout out and a round of applause to Joey Molino. You know? I pronounced the name right. Joey Molino. Big round of applause to Joey. All right? All right. Relax, man. Relax. We know he official. Relax. We know Joey's official. Now, big shout out to Joey Molino. So now, the Italians don't get involved because the Italians, you know, in the prison, they looked at as like their own independent car, their own independent race, but the majority of them is from the East Coast, like New York, Philly, Boston, and New York, Philly, Boston. Blacks, we run with each other, so we kind of, you know, affiliated with the Italians, and we let them, you know, roll with us, you know? So this was a race thing, you know what I mean? Between the whites and the blacks. So the Italians is not considered as white in the prison because they're independent of the whites all the way, don't take no orders, no nothing from the whites. The Italians do their own bid. They just, you know, get plenty of good food and eat a lot of pasta and do what they got to do and enjoy. And Joey, you know what I'm talking about. I'm coming to Philly to come holler at you too, man. I was thinking about let you come up here, but I got to come see my peoples in North and South Philly anyway. So the Italians didn't get involved, but the Italians, they run with the New York car, so you understand, you know. So we wasn't mad at them because this was a black and white thing. And it's crazy, y'all might not understand it watching it, but the Italians is not considered as blacks or whites. You know what I mean? The Italians is just considered as Italians. And they know how to mind their business. They cook together every night. They eat together. You know, they sit together. They do everything together, and they don't cause any problems like, you know, other races, you know, let's say. So they didn't get involved, you know what I mean? And, you know, nobody was mad at them. But we already know that if the New York car get into something, the Italians is going to get involved. You know what I mean? If New York car get into something, the Italians is going to get involved. If the Italians get into something, the New York car going to hold them down. You understand? Because, you know, they roll with us, they look out for us, we look out for each other. We all from the same geographical location, regardless about the skin, because we not in a racist situation like that in the feds as far as the blacks. We just want to do our time. We might do ours a little harder. However we do it, that's how we choose to do it, and that's what it is. So when this happened, they get to, you know, going off in the joint. Now, the dude that got killed, so you understand, the first dude that was watching TV. Now, he's sitting in front of the TV. Everybody know you don't sit in front of the TV with your head up. I'm saying that, but I'm keeping it 100. That's how I got hit in the face with the lock. Boop! Because I'm sitting in front of the TV, you know what I mean? After I done had words with a dude, I'm sitting in front of the TV, looking at TV with my head up. Dude came from behind, hit me, bop, with locking the sock, disconnected my nose from my lip. Yeah, I'm literally, you can pull my nose up, and you can see it under my lip, right? You know what I mean? But, you know, that's from slipping. So that's what this dude was doing. I didn't lose my life, thank God. You know what I mean? But this Italian lost his life, and he had nothing to do with this. I'm telling you this because I want you youngins to understand. When you go into prison, if it's a race riot, if it's one race against the other, you must roll with your race. The Bloods got involved with it. The Crips got involved with it. The GDs got involved with it. The Vice Lords got involved with it. New York got involved with it. The Dirty South got involved with it. And it was us against the Aryans and all the other white dudes that they call. We say white boys, but y'all think that it's being derogatory. So we're gonna say the other white dudes, that's not connected with the Aryan Brotherhood. They had to get involved, even though it was an Aryan Brotherhood thing. And that's the same way, if you can't catch a dude, you catch his celly. If you run up in a dude's cell because you got an issue with a dude, you wind up punishing the dude and his celly. You don't go in there and say your celly got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Because the law in the prison is if somebody come in your home and your home is where you living with your celly, you must defend your celly to the death. So if that's what you youngins want, feel free to go to prison. It's there. They got all of our beds that they let out. So dude is sitting there and, the blacks and the whites is going at it and all types of craziness is going on. But that's how we get down in the penitentiary. I don't want to make this one too long. I just want to get right to the point to let y'all know, where we at. Because right now, I'm going to be honest, man. Let me ride. Let me ride. I've really been feeling some type of way after looking at all this hip-hop stuff with all these rat bastards, coming out and getting warm welcomes. And then the men come out and don't get nothing, We went to prison. When we went to prison, we thought it was like a soldier going off to war, because it was a war on drugs. We figured we go off the war. We held it real. We kept it 100. We didn't tell on nobody. And then now, we know one day we're going to get out, or we pray one day we're going to get out. And then when we get out, we come out and there's nobody for us. We're extinct. But now a rat comes out and everybody's praising him. And then now I'm sitting here looking at YouTube and I'm watching all these dudes ratting where back in the day, that wasn't even a thought, much as for somebody to verbally say it out his mouth that he telling or he told or, anything to do with telling. So I'm a little bit, under the what you call emotional weather right now because I can't believe that I walked into the Twilight Zone. Because we know when we run the streets, we defend each other on the streets. Just like, because I'm riding. Don't forget I'm riding. I'm riding. Just like I might be up in Washington Heights. While I'm up in Washington Heights, you got two dudes and they got a spot next to each other, one building here, one building there, then it's an alleyway here, and they shooting at each other through the window. You know what I mean? Because dudes is bringing up the customers and they feel that, the runners, so they feel like they done brought up the customer that was their customer because they served them yesterday. And this dude is violating because he got the spot too close to his. And then he got the, his runners bringing it up there. So now dude want to punish the runner and the dude also want to punish the dude that's in charge. That's how this thing go. So you understand. So they fighting with each other. But you go up there and you try and rob one of them Italians. Dominicans. When you run up in there and try and rob one of them Dominicans, the two that was just shooting at each other through the window, trying to kill each other, they point the pistol at you. You know what I mean? And now they going at the person trying to rob one of their own because that's how they stick together. That's how it have to be done in prison, so you understand. So if you want to go to prison and pick up other people's nonsense and other people's bull crap just because they the same race as you, you know what I mean? That's on you. But that's why I'm here to tell you it ain't worth it. Don't do it. Don't even go down that road. Like I said, dude sitting in front of TV because his celly had a beef with somebody else. The dude that had a beef with his celly, they went and couldn't get to his celly, so they wound up stabbing him. His celly come back with two knives. He winds up pushing on them. They get to, wrecking on the top tier. Dude back to DC. Dude in the shower and put the knife in his head and killed the DC dude the same way the DC dude killed one of theirs. So that's one of the, race wars, how that thing go off. So don't say I didn't tell you. You know what I mean? Don't go to prison. It ain't worth it, man. At all, it ain't worth it. You know what I mean? The Aryan Brotherhood versus the DC card. I got a few more of those stories, but as you can see, I'm a little under the emotional weather right now because it just sickens me. You know what I mean? Where I'm seeing these dudes getting on YouTube telling all this, and the YouTube dudes interview them, asking the police ask questions. I mean, and I already know y'all gonna say, oh, they ain't had no business answering them. Well, they ain't had no business not punching them in the mouth for violating them answering that question. And I tell everybody right there, don't call me on your show if you're gonna ask me nothing stupid, because I'm gonna punch you in the mouth right there in the camera, and we're gonna just tear the camera up, and it's gonna be teeth everywhere. You know what I mean? Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, but I always consider myself a winner as long as I fight back, you know? So if you disrespect me and I fight back and bust you in the mouth, y'all watching it, you know, YouTube, you know, you see me on the program and I tear up a show, you know what it's about. We don't do that, you know what I mean? We don't tolerate bull crap, you know what I mean? I come on your show to be a guest. A guest means you treat me with warm welcome, and you already know where not to trample down. But, you know, that's where that's at, man. But it's just crazy because you have to fight for someone just because they're the same race as you when it's a race war. So could you imagine Bloods and Crips fighting with the GDs and the Vice Lords and New York and the Dirty South, you know, together as one? That's how we come together, and that's a no-brainer. That's automatically done, you know? I mean, we know what the rules are, just like the whites know what the rules are, and the administration. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I've been on here long enough. I just wanted to tap in, give you all that little story. I ain't been on here in a few days because all that me doing all that, you know, Keefe D and Reggie Wright, and I mean, you know, Mob James, and, you know, just all this telling is like sickening to my stomach, man, and I'm trying to get over it, you know, but it just depressed me that dudes could actually come up here and say that they men on man time, and then they, in the next breath, say, yeah, if something happened, I'm going to get justice for Tupac's murder when Tupac's last words to the police when they asked them who shot you, you know what I mean, was F you. But here goes stand-up men from the street saying that they want justice. You know that's not the justice that Tupac wanted, because he told the police F you when he could have got that justice. I can understand his family and fans and everybody else wanting justice for Tupac. By all means, Tupac is supposed to get justice. But if you on the street, it's street justice. You know what I mean? That you should expect from that situation. You know, if you're a civilian and you're a fan and you ain't got nothing to do with none of that, you know what I mean? Then that's what you want. You know what I mean? You want criminal justice. You want to see them locked up, and you have every right to feel the way you feel. But that's because you walk in that line. You know, but when you say that I'm a gangster rapper, and these gangster rappers is saying justice for Tupac, when Tupac even said F you. I just want y'all to understand where I'm at a little bit emotionally right now, you know, and just remember, you know, my motto, the way it go, you know, women is governed by their feelings and emotions, and men is governed by their instinct and desire. But men also have feelings and emotions, but we just know how to control them. And that's why I'm controlling it, and that's why I'm up here giving you this story today, just so that you fully understand where we at, man. We don't do that, man. You know, we don't run the streets and then say lock them up. No. You know what I mean? Ain't no lock them up. You handle it yourself. If you're not going to handle it, leave it alone. And that's where it's at. I'm going to do a Mario story, you know, for my peoples from, you know, his section in D.C., Big Newton Street. You know what I mean? We're going to do something for Mario, man. And I'm going to tell you who Mario is in the relationship that I had with Mario, because I had relationships with everybody. And I'm putting together that Larry Hoover story. I'm going to give you all a Larry Hoover story, too, probably next week. Maybe I might drop it this week. It depends how I feel, because right now I'm all over the place emotionally. And, you know, I'm just trying to control it and get everything in order right now. All right? So, you know, let's tap out, man. We've been on here long enough. Like, subscribe, and hit an emoji. You know what I mean? You already know the Cash App right there. Make sure you hit it. Say it was created in 2022. All right? 2020. It was created. All right?
Cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. What? Let's go.
popped a can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horning uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the road men.